देखें जी, आज हम बात कर रहे हैं फ़िशेस पे। ये हमारा फ़िश के हवाले से पहला लेक्चर होगा। आवाज़ आ रही है?
यस सर।
जी। Today we are going to discuss about the super class Pyxis, or generally called as fishes. Here these are the outline of our chapter. At the start we will discuss about evolutionary perspective, then phylogenetic relationship. Further we will discuss about the survey about fish from agnathan to gnathostom and almost all type of the fishes which are now living in different water bodies. Further, we'll discuss about evolutionary pressures in relation to locomotion, nutrition, and the digestive system, circulation and gaseous exchange nervous system, and all the other important functions of the body which are concerned. And finally, we'll discuss about the further phylogenetic considerations of this class, how this class is leading to the evolution of other related classes. At the start, these are the objective of the entire week that we are now going to start. To describe evolutionary perspective of the fishes, then we'll discuss about the characteristic and detailed classification of the fishes. Further, we'll discuss about the evolutionary patches which are required to live in the water, and finally we'll discuss some representative animal of this group. These are the SLOs you will learn about in these classes. And this is the first lecture of this chapter. We will discuss about the evolutionary perspective, classification and characteristic of the fishes, and slightly we'll discuss about the survey of the fish up till where it will be possible today as per time routine. Here when you say about the evolutionary perspective, we have to say about the craniata. Craniata are the subphyla. This is another classification of the organism. Craniata mean the organism having skull or the cranium bone, which in case brain, another important accessory receptor of the animal like eyes and internal ears. There are two infraphylum of this subphyla. First is the Hyprotrati and the second is the infraphyla, that is the vertebrata. This is another classification almost not described in the Miller and Harley. And fossil record of the craniate. Craniate means the organism having brain, skull or cranium bone. They have been abundantly found approximately in the deposit of 500 million years ago. And here when you say about the deposit, the first thing we are to discuss about the astracoderms. Astracoderms were the fish-like organism that belongs to the agnathans and supposed to be extinct agnathans, and they possess bony armors and they are the bottom. They were the bottom dweller. Here in these diagrams, you can see. यस, ये माइक आप अपने बंद कर लें. बाकी लोग अपने माइक बंद करें. Yes. When you say about a strachodon, they are supposed to be the extinct agnathan. Agnathan mean they don't have proper jaw. Here they date back approximately 4 to 5 to 500 million years ago. These are the fossil records show these are the astracoderms, two different organisms belong to the astracoderm. This is a reconstruction just. Early fishes were called astracoderm and were slow bottom dweller animal covered with thick bony and scaled armor. Their body was composed of different types of the scale or bone like structures or plates, and believed to be the first animal with a backbone. This is very important thing. They were the first animal to possess backbone. Two group of the extinct you can say fishes that are living today, chondrichthyes and osteichthyes, they are supposed to be evolved from astracoderms that exist today. Chondrichthyes mainly composed of fishes which skeleton is made of cartilage like shark, rays, cats, etc. And osteichthyes are the fishes which are generally called as bony fishes because they possess bony skeleton. Next, this is another fossil, a conodon, that is Cladignathus. Cladignathus is a you can say fossil very important, and approximately 5-10 million years ago it has been found abundantly in the fossil deposit of 5-10 million years ago, and these animals have been assigned to a variety of the phyla, but recent information has led many zoologists to accept them as a farm they may be considered as the early vertebrates, and they also possessed large eyes. They was having eel-like body, and they were also having denticles. Dentine is a type of you can say component of the bone now the organism of the vertebrate possess, and these structures may represent the earliest occurrence of the bone in the vertebrates. Other hypotheses in the origin of the bone suggest that it may have arisen as denticles, as like dentines. Dentine is a you can say component of the bone in the latest or the extant organism. However, we can say that these organisms, on the behalf of their body appearance and fossil record, it was suggested that they have been living in the form of prehistoric sea predators. They were leading their life as a predators. This is the cladistic analysis or you can say this is the phylogenetic tree of the fishes shown here. At the first stage, this is the group Agnathan, and the second are the Gnathostom. Agnathan include the Maxini, Cephalospidomorphi, and Astracoderms. Astracoderms are all extinct now, and these are there are two classes, Maxini and Cephalospidomorphi. They are the existing classes. They are still living, containing one or two representative from each class. And the next are the Gnathostom. Gnathostom include Placodermi, Chondrichthyes. Chondrichthyes include the living member, but the Placodermi all have been extant. And next is the class Osteichthyes. Osteichthyes contain Actinopterygii and Sarcopterygii, and from these organisms further other tetrapods, the organism bearing 4 limbs originated, and all form of the terrestrial habitat were you can say occupied. And here in this tree, how to read this tree, you need to see these derived characters here, and further you have to see this group, how this group containing these character, and further they were evolved to the next and move on to the next group, and we got something new, having something new group having a very unique properties or the abilities. Here you can see this cladistic analysis is present in the Miller and Harley. Here next, the classification of living fishes. Living fishes generally belong to subphyla vertebrata, and basically there are two groups, Agnathan and Gnathostom. Further, these groups are classified into different classes and subclasses. Like a gnathan are the organism that lack jaws and paired appendages. Mean they don't have proper jaws and appendages. They contain cartilaginous skeleton. A persistent notochord. Notochord is present
क्या
throughout
देख
the life. Notochord is present throughout the life, and they also contain two semicircular canals in their ears. Hagfishes are the one circular semicircular canal that may be present a fusion of the two canals. Mean hagfishes belonging to class Maxini, they have one semicircular canal that look like a fusion of two semicircular canal. And next is the class Maxini. Class Maxini, mouth with four pair of the tentacles. Tentacles are present around the mouth, and but their mouth don't have a proper jaw-like structures or jaw structure. Olfactory sac open to the mouth cavity, and there are approximately 5 to 15 pair of the pharyngeal slits. Here, the best known example are the hagfishes. There are a lot of the interesting thing about the hagfishes. You can easily see a paragraph in your book about hagfishes enter inside any other fish it used to prey on, and consume all the internal organ, and finally emit out from that dead body or the corpse, and leaving behind for decay. When you say about the class Cephalosporomorphi, they are also belong to the agnathan, mean they don't have jaws, and the best example is over here, the lamprey. Next are the gnathostom. Gnathostom are the fishes containing jaws and paired appendages. They may have replaced notochord in the form of vertebral column, and there are three semicircular canal in their internal ears. And here you can say there is a class chondrichthyes. Chondrichthyes are the fishes containing cartilaginous skeleton, and they lack a percula and a swim bladder or the lung, and sharks, skates, rat fishes are the example. There are two subclasses, the Lasmobranchi and Holocephali. And when you say about the class Ocyctes, they are the bony fishes. Definitely, they have operculum on their, you can say, gills. And there are basically three subclasses, but here mention two subclasses of the, you can say, Ocyctes, Sarcopterygiae and Actinopterygiae. Is there anybody waiting to enter inside the class? आवाज़ आ रही है सबको?
सर आ रही है लेकिन स्लो आ रही है आपकी।
अच्छा
यस सर आ रही है वो
जी। 37 पार्टिसिपेंट हुए हैं अभी तक जी। Next are the characteristic of the fishes: cold-blooded vertebrate. They breathe with the gills and move with fins. Definitely, these are the very important properties of the fishes. Most numerous of all vertebrate, with over 30,000 species of this group. This is the most successful group of the you can say organism living in the water bodies. Here they may be the smallest animal. Philippine is land goby. There is the Pendaka pygmea, and that may be consisting of half an inch round about. Their total length may be like this, and largest may be the whale shark, that is Rhincodon typhoid, and there are around that may be a reach up to 50 feet in length, and with several tons of the body weight. Next, there are different type of the scales which may be present on the body surfaces of different fishes, and they are further divided into four type mainly: ctenoid scales, the serration of the on the edges and rough surfaces. Basically, these scale are rough to touch and feel rough to touch, and hence they contain different type of the serration. I mean, different type of cuts are present on the surfaces, hence they show a rough texture, and generally called as ctenoid scale. Cycloid scale are the most famous scale of the fishes, because most of the fishes belonging to bony fishes, they may possess cycloid scale, and smooth surfaces and edge and make fish feel like smooth and slick. And gamoid scale, there are very thick and heavy scale, similar to scale on the ancient species of the fishes. These are now living representative of the fish's gars and birches. They contain gamoid scales on their body. Next are the placoid scales. Placoid scales are generally present on the shark and rays, and they are pointed and similar like teeth. So they are dangerous, and they are very hard, and they are also modified in front of the region of the body or interior regions into teeth-like apparatus or teeth-like structures. Next, the skin gland produce slimy mucus. There may be different type of the skin gland which produce different amount of mucus and different type of mucus which present the body of the fish very slicky and smooth. And different type of the chromatophore basically are the cell which produce different type of the colors, and hence these give fish their different colors. And different structures which are used for moving and swimming and maintaining balance in the body are the fins, a very probable structure and very famous structure for locomotion in the water bodies. That is fin, and there are variety of the fins as per the location where they are present on the body. They may be caudal, they may be dorsal, they may be lateral, and they may be anal. As per their location, as per their they are present on the body, they are named as. Some have adipose fin, small fleshy fin located on the back. These are the type of the different fins which are present, and which may be helpful in locomotion, and as well as with locomotion they may be helpful in other body maintaining activities or balance activities. Next are the agnathan. Now come to details of the agnathan. Agnathan mainly contain maxini and cephalosporomorphy. As per your Miller and Harley, you will see these two classes, maxini and cephalosporomorphy. These are jawless fishes, and they have round tube-like bodies covered with the slimy skin. And because they are tubular, you can say they are having tube-like bodies and tubular bodies, and no scales, bodies made of cartilage. And example are the lampreys and hagfishes. Lamprey migrate near to the end of their life to spawning beds in fresh water. This is very interesting in these species like other fish species. These fishes generally live in the marine water, lamprey, but at the end of their life they migrate to their original, you can say, spawning beds where they have been, you can say, they have been produced or they have been reproduced, and they once again start their cycle and reproduce their next progeny and die over there. Amphioxus like larval stage, that the larva, Emocyte larva is the most common larva in these groups. Here, as per another classification, infraphylum Hyprotriti, that is the class Maxini. Hagfish is head spotted by cartilaginous bar and lack vertebrae and retained notochord. Notochord is present throughout their body through the entire life stages, and four pair of the sensory tentacles around mouth, and ventrolateral slime glands. Basically, slime gland are present which make the body very slicky and smoothie. And whenever you try to catch or hold this fish in your hand, it will produce a big amount of slime, and that will make you irritate, and the animal will slip out from your hand. And they are marine and scavenge dead and dying fish. Here you can see this is a representative of the hagfish. Here they are present slime glands and paired common apertures for all gill pouches. These are the gill pouches, and sensory tentacles are present around the mouth. And there are different type of the fins, which may be median, and generally they don't contain a variety of fins. They are very conservative, having the fins only median fins on their body. Next is the class Petromyzontida, and they are the marine and freshwater. Why it is said they are the marine and freshwater? I mean, most of their life they live in the marine water, but at the end of their life stages they generally move towards the freshwater for spawning. Most are predator as adult, filter feeders as larvae. Brook lampreys are the famous lamprey of this group. Life cycle involve open water adult stages and streams of the river larval stages. Generally, they live in both type of the water bodies, marine and freshwater. Hence, they are generally involving life cycles. And life cycle involve open water, the adult stages, and streams or river larval stages. Here, this is the Petromyzon marinus, or the lamprey. This is here in this chart shown the life history of the sea lamprey. Here in the open ocean, they generally feed on the fishes in open ocean, and further they you can keep their mouth open and containing teeth, and also possess pharyngeal slits. And next, when they need to go for spawning, they return to their original rivers where they have been originated for mating, and move towards the freshwater streams where they reproduce and produce emocyte larva that is partially buried in the sand. And next, the young lamprey migrate downstream to the ocean once again. Here, superclass Gnathostomata. Gnathostomata mean gnathostom. They develop jaws from interior pharyngeal arches, and pair appendages were also seen in these groups. And they contain generally three classes: chondrichthyes, actinopterygii, and sarcopterygii. Here, at the first, we will discuss about the chondrichthyes.
हाँ
They have movable jaws.
3% हो गया.
माइक बंद करें. Most chondrichthyes are carnivores and scavengers, and most are marine. Definitely, we know that these all cartilaginous species belongs to the marine environment most of the time. In addition to their biting mouth part and paired appendages, chondrichthyes possess epidermal placoid scales. Placoid scales are also present on their body, and cartilaginous endoskeleton is present. Basically, there are two subclasses: subclass elasmobranchi and subclass holocephali. They contain different representative organism of these subclasses. And next, are the class Osteichthyes. They are the bony fishes, and their skeleton is generally made of hard bones, hence they are termed as bony fishes. And scales and swim bladders may be present, and opercula generally covering these organism on the gills, and operculum is present on the gills. And 95% of all fishes belonging to these classes, bony fishes, are the well-known fishes from the class Osteichthyes. Here these are different organisms. Class Chondrichthyes, here these diagram are shown for the class Chondrichthyes. Subclass Elasmobranchi. At the A you will see reef sharks. These are the reef sharks. Here these are the reef sharks, and at the B you will say Bolse stingrays, that is Urolophus. And the third, in the C you will see about the
Ball body.
subclass Holocephali, the rat fishes. Here I think so we are just 6 minutes away from the meeting going to end. Next, these are different scales and teeth of the shark. Here you can see these are the teeth. Old are teared away and new are replaced with the coming new one, and you can say mouth is settled throughout the life in by these teeth, hence they are very active in predatory lifestyle. And these are the scale present on their skins. These are also very tough and hard, and they may be very harmful on touching.